If you're afraid of getting a tongue piercing because of the pain, you can definitely handle it. You're a strong person, you can overcome anything. Bon, je pense que j'ai un second. Yo guys! Welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, I'm Romy and I make videos about living a kinder, simpler, more confident lifestyle. So if you're into that, you can subscribe to my channel right now. Wait, no, the other side. Here, subscribe button. Also click on the bell, this way you know whenever I post a new video. And make sure you like this video if you like tongue piercings and you think they're cool and you want to know more about them, which is why you're here. Yes. Okay, so I'm actually really excited about today's video because I haven't made a piercing video in a while. So I'm gonna be referring to my own experience, but also this book, The Piercing Bible by Elayne Angel. So most of the information that I'm gonna say is based on professional experience. So this is the first part of my tongue piercing experience video. There's gonna be two parts. The next part, it'll be about how to live with a tongue piercing. So anything from oral sex to kissing to judgment from others to parents, all of that. But this first part is only about the procedure and the healing. Okay, so first of all, I got my tongue pierced about 3 years ago. I've been thinking about getting my tongue pierced ever since I was at 16, I think. After seeing the movie 13, I thought it was really cool. I mean, obviously, they're 13. You shouldn't get a piercing if you're 13. But I really want to get one, but I had to wait until I was at least 18. I went to the piercing studio called Adrenaline in Montreal. I was honestly so scared when I went there. Like, I don't usually get too scared when I get a piercing, but this one I was really scared, even though everything that I've read about tongue piercings is that the procedure itself doesn't hurt that much, because just the tongue area, it's not a place that hurts a lot. That's what I read, but still I was really scared. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It was one of the most painful piercings I've ever had. Not only because it was physically painful, but also because of the psychological pain. So for me, the tongue was like, in my head it was just an area that would hurt, kind of like, you know, genital piercings. Like, the first thing that would pop into your head is like, damn, that sounds fucking painful. So I went there with this idea in my head, and also I was really scared, so of course it was going to be more painful than someone who's more mentally prepared. So yeah, psychological pain is also something to think about. So be sure to be mentally prepared for this piercing. So usually the first thing that the piercer is going to ask you to do is to wash your mouth with mouthwash with alcohol, I think. Then he's going to pat dry your tongue with a piece of tissue. He's going to place the dot, going to ask you if you like it or not. You can change it however you want. And then he's going to clamp your tongue. So the clamp is a little bit scary. Like, at first I was a little bit scared of the clamp. It's not really painful, like it's just uncomfortable. And then he's going to put the needle in. Some people would pierce it from above. Tack, or underneath. Ah, like that. Does that make sense? I don't know. But anyways, mine, he did it from underneath. And I'm gonna be honest, it really hurt. Like, I could feel the needle go through, and it lasted about, like, the going in, I think it was about 2 seconds, which is not a lot. So honestly, you can definitely do it. It's really bearable. I don't have a high pain tolerance, so you can do it. If you're afraid of getting a tongue piercing because of the pain, you can definitely handle it. You're a strong person, you can overcome anything. So he's gonna put the needle in, and then you're gonna be like standing like that with the needle in your tongue while he gets the jewelry and puts it in the needle thing, and like, does that make sense? I don't even know if it makes sense. I don't even know why I'm explaining this, because you can watch just videos of people getting their tongue pierced anywhere on YouTube. So the whole process, I think it took about less than 10 seconds. Like, he was really quick and efficient, and that was it. It was done. Also, since you're gonna have your mouth open with your tongue sticking out, you're gonna drool for sure. So the piercer is usually gonna give you a piece of tissue to like wipe off all that excess saliva that's just gonna fall on your chin. Also, there's different places on your tongue where you can get your piercing. The traditional piercing spot is like in the middle of the tongue. If you want it to be easily concealed, you can get it further back, but just note that the healing will take longer. The further away it is, the longer the healing process will be. You can also get it on the tip of the tongue, but that area is definitely going to be more painful and obviously more visible. And you can also get it on the right or left side. Also, when I was younger, I was really afraid of getting a tongue piercing because I read this story about someone who knew someone who got her tongue like paralyzed. The needle touched a nerve, and so the entire tongue was like dead, and she had to like get it cut off. I don't think this story is true, but honestly it traumatized me so much. I was so afraid that I would lose my tongue. Honestly, I think that person just wrote this story to like dissuade people from getting tongue piercings. I don't know. I've actually told that story to some piercers and they just tell me that, you know, there's no way that this is true. So don't worry, you won't lose your tongue if you get a tongue piercing. Now we're gonna go into the healing process. So the first jewelry that the piercer is gonna put is a straight barbell, usually in titanium or surgical steel. So it's gonna be really long because your tongue is gonna swell during the healing process, which is completely normal. Do not be afraid of it swelling up. For me, my peak day was around day 4, and then after that it started going down slowly. Also, it's completely normal if you see a white discharge. It's just your body like healing itself. And also the healing time in total is around 4 to 8 weeks. So during this whole healing period, you have to clean it twice a day. The best cleaning method is using the sea salt solution. You do that morning and at night. If you want more information about the healing process for piercings, you can check out my healing video right here. Once the 8 weeks are up, you can change your piercing however you want. There's so many different kinds of material, length, and also ball sizes, and you can customize it however you want. This is what I love the most about this piercing. It's so versatile. The jewelry that I have right now, this is a 14 gauge and it's usually the size that you're gonna get pierced with. I don't like having big balls in my mouth. Sorry for that little sexual joke. So I got like really tiny balls. This is really comfortable for me, and it also enables me to not play with my jewelry as much because it's just smaller and I barely feel it. After 2 weeks, you can get the jewelry changed to a shorter bar. When you have a bar that is too long in your mouth, it's really easy to bite and it can really damage your teeth, especially if the jewelry is in surgical steel or titanium. If you're worried about oral hygiene and if you're afraid of damaging your teeth, I recommend wearing an acrylic jewelry. The one that I'm wearing is titanium, and I haven't been biting this one, but usually I bite my piercings all the time and I spend my days playing with it. I'm trying to lose this habit. This piercing is extremely easy to hide. Most people don't even know that I have a tongue piercing, but also you can get clear jewelries, like a clear ball, and this way people won't even see it. Like my parents don't even know that I have a tongue piercing. It's one of the best piercings that exists, in my opinion. I really love it because it's so versatile, it's customizable, and it's really easy to hide. It can be as visible or as invisible as you want, which is amazing. So I remember the first meal that I had was the worst meal of my life. I'm someone that really loves food, and eating is one of my most precious activity of the day, and honestly, not being able to eat properly and enjoy my meal was so hard. Basically, when I got it, so I was in university and I was living in a residence. So in this residence, you had to go to the caf to get your food. On this particular day, there was no soup that I could eat, and so the only thing that I could kind of eat, like what I ordered, was a dish of pasta, and I like crushed them as much as possible to make it some kind of a puree là. It was still too hard for me to eat, and I was trying to like swallow it, kind of like a smoothie, but no, that wasn't working. So yeah, I took like 1 hour to finish that bowl of pasta. So I highly recommend, I don't know, drinking a smoothie or eating a soup, something that's really soft. You're gonna need it. You definitely are. The first night was hard to eat, and then the first 2 days were the worst. Like the sweating kept going up, but I could easily drink. Honestly, during the first week, you're definitely gonna be eating soups or like soft stuff. And then if you really want to eat something that is a bit harder, what you can do is just put your food in your mouth, like at the back of your mouth. Basically what your tongue does when you eat is that it places the food at the back of your mouth, right? So if you yourself put your food at the back of your mouth, then it's already going to be easier for you to eat it because your tongue is not going to move as much. Food like mashed potatoes and oatmeal, even though it's like very mushy, it's not the best food because it can get stuck to your piercing. They stick to your mouth, and jewelry, and obviously cold food. I remember I didn't really want to eat anything that was too hot or too spicy because, I mean, my tongue was already in pain. I didn't want to add pain to my mouth. So cold food is definitely a really good option. You can also suck an ice cube. I remember that this felt good. So overall, the first week is the worst, it's gonna be the hardest, so eat soft food, not too hot. And then the second week is already better, like the sweating is going down by so much and you can pretty much eat normally at this point. And you're gonna notice that the bar is gonna be really long, and so this is when you're gonna have to change it. Another important point, speaking. So I'm sure you're all wondering, am I gonna be able to speak with my new tongue piercing? Yeah, kind of. You should definitely minimize speaking as much as possible. So if you have like, I don't know, presentation coming up, don't get your tongue pierced at that time. Really bad timing. You should definitely get your tongue pierced when you know that you don't have to speak too much. You will be able to speak for sure. You will probably speak weirdly, and it's always better to minimize your speech. This way your tongue has the time to rest and it's not going to be too irritated. Choose your time wisely. I think I did it during a week where I didn't have any, oral presentations at school. So yeah, definitely choose your time wisely. After the first week, you're definitely going to be able to speak normally, but the first week is going to be a little bit tough. Also, brushing your teeth. Highly recommend changing your toothbrush. Like, just get a new toothbrush along with your new piercing, because the old toothbrush might be dirty, so you don't want to get extra bacteria in your piercing. So I think that's everything I have for everything that's related to the procedure and the healing process. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, you can always hit me up. I'm sure there's things that I probably forgot to mention, but I really hope that this was helpful anyway. And yeah, make sure to stay tuned for my next video, which is going to be also about the tongue piercing, but oral sex, how to deal with parents, and judgment from others. In the meantime, you can check out my other videos right here, and make sure to subscribe to my channel for weekly content. And click on the bell, this way you know when I'm gonna post the other video, and also all my other videos in the future. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!